talk to me about your chipping, Mark.
It's changed, isn't it?
It's definitely changed. Like, look at that, eh?
Nippy.
It was.
So really the big shift for me was changing my practice with COVID, but it was finding strike.
Okay.
So what happens when your chipping goes, as people watching this video obviously might know, but people do forget, I mean, look at those, is you stop visualizing shots.
Yeah.
So let's show you some of the ideas I've done to change my strike from someone who could duff it and fin it to someone now who's striking it with some regularity. See if we can help you chipping better. So one of the big breakthroughs for me was this shot, where can you zoom in on that headland?
Yeah.
So I'm not even trying to strike it, I'm trying to like slap this bit on the ground.
Which bit? Show that
so
bit.
Sorry, I'm trying to slap this back of the club.
Yeah.
Kind of in the ground here.
Yeah.
Without taking any kind of divot, more of a brush.
Mm-hmm.
And it pops the ball up in the air. But what this shot showed me, I was showed this shot by a tour player for like getting out of trouble. It was Dean from Strixon showed Dean Burminster showed me this shot. And I was just thinking, well, like, I'm trying to be so precise with my strike.
Yeah.
Where he's like going, if you just bang the base of the club on the back, look at that, it just pops it up.
Look at that.
It's only that they're sandy, that they're of any depth to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So that then made me start to practice my strike away from the ball. So I was much more trying to actually hit the ground kind of behind the ball.
Yeah.
So if the ball is where this tee is, I'm trying to hit the ground almost there, but in a way where I'm just not taking any ground. I'm brushing the ground.
Absolutely.
And it transformed my strike. Now, keys that allow me to do that, setup went much more straight away from this.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to get that back of the club, you know, much more on the ground. Swing wise, connecting my arms up to my body was massive.
I think that's such a massive one for amateurs. Their body doesn't move, arms move away. It's
yeah,
like...
absolutely. So this way, so
yeah.
Getting the side, these elbows feeling like they're on the seams of my shirt, and then just literally going back and through this way where I could just consistently brush, and like you get that feeling. This is Pinehurst, number 4, world-class course, you know, and I feel like I could chip off this.
Body's not an engine, is it?
That's what someone used to say. Next key thing that really helped me, and this is a great tip for people, is finding out which arm was the culprit for the flinches.
Okay.
And for me, as I practiced more, I really felt like it was my left.
Yeah.
So I did one arm chips, one right hand felt like it would function, one-handed left would function. Put them both together, left would want to go this way.
Yeah.
And that was a lot built around the fact that I'm quite good at going this way when I hit shots.
Yeah, so you used to tilt back.
And I'm tilting back with the handle leaning.
You used to do that to correct your long swing kind of stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah,
so,
absolutely.
That was probably the feeling that you had to get to.
So I've really have
comfortable.
to feel that I kill my left arm.
Yep.
I can take it out of play. So it's I would get a little bit here. And then
Locked.
Setting up this way.
Yeah.
Where now I have to feel this is like bending into the seam, and this shoulder is more down, feeling like I'm almost flicking the club forwards to get the club on the back.
Yeah, I
against this.
I say a scoop in my lessons and stuff, like, and a scoop would never have been taught years ago, would it? It'd have been held off, cut across it, lean edgy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just nice strikes, isn't it?
And as soon as strike starts coming back, and I'm still nervous of strike, it wanders, you have to practice. So focusing on hitting the ground actually before the ball, but in a way where the ball is just picked up on the journey of the land.
Yeah.
Setup changes trying to neutralise my lead arm for me. And I think you'll find for lots of any golfers, their lead arm is going to be the one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not seeing many people flinch with this way. Now, and there might be some out there, but lots of people I see lead arm getting really here.
Yeah.
And this way. So totally taking this one out of play was massive for me. And then the last one, and it relates to my swing foot as well, which is quite handy, trying to feel like my lead knee comes back.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that happens, anyone who struggles with the old finnies and the dust, you get their kind of knee flinch. Yeah. So basically they're basically bottom out here, so they flinch the knees to try and reach it. That's why it happens. So for me, having a feeling left side quieter, this down, and this knee going back makes this turn through more, so I get completely away from this. And what happens is the strike comes back. Now as the strike comes back, I can start trying to visualize some shots where I want to land it, where I want to read the cut from, because there might be an element of roll out. So look, I've hit that one harder up the left, look, to try and read it in.
It's a nice shot. Yeah, very good.
And that imagination goes, and it goes because your strike goes. So don't worry if that imagination goes. So the order, I was kind of trying to find that imagination again.
Yeah.
But there's no point. I measured some on my launch monitor. You know, I'm going
varied.
1-2 spin, 3,000 spin, 2-8 spin. Launch angles are changing. So I'm thinking, well,
what's the point?
How can I have imagination? Where as soon as I was able to get a consistency of strike through these ideas of connection, ideas of neutralizing the culprit arm, and then a little bit of feeling in my knees, I was really able to start then thinking, right, I want to hit spots. So I'll do one little great drill for people to get the feeling of using the ground less, shift across with their legs. And so this is the drill I started doing in my garden over lockdown. So basically I would lift trail leg, so the heel.
Yeah.
As I move back, that goes down and lead heel comes up.
Yeah.
And then as I come through, lead heel goes down and trail heel goes up.
Okay.
Because obviously with me going basically like this,
gets that leg straightening, doesn't it?
It stops that.
Yeah.
And what I found as I did that in my garden, it's actually a full swing drill that biomet guys have used to try and get ground reaction better, is what I noticed is the strike became like pretty good.
Oh, stop it.
And it probably made me identify that it's something I need to do. And to a certain extent, if you had someone who really struggled with their chipping, I would almost get them to do this on the course.
Yeah.
Because if it improves your
especially
strike,
if you're chipping well doing it, then why would you not carry on doing it?
You feel a bit silly.
Yeah. Go on.
Gets you. Look, I mean, look at the ground here. Can you zoom in? I've hit 3 shots, or 2 shots. There's the third one. You would barely know I've been here, and this is tight grass.
Yeah.
Like tight grass. So I do use this drill still to this day to get the feeling of rotations.
Drills are so great as well, because you might just find something being a bit stupid, might you?
Yeah, 100%.
You don't always have to be textbook.
Key idea is you got to get strike. Don't reverse engineer. If you're losing your imagination, that's because you've got no consistency of strike to then build that in for me.
Yeah.
And getting strike, I would practice in the living room I'm not even hitting it at distance. I want to strike a repeatable one, like 5 in a row that are the same.
Yeah.
And with those ideas, get rid of all your handle leans. Identify which arm is the one that feels like it's the tweakiest. I reckon lots of people will be lead. Try and take that out with relaxation. Connecting up the old elbows to the shirt seams was brilliant for me.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, getting my hips to go this way rather than this way was just like game changer.
Absolutely.
And that's why, I'm still worried. I still can hit some funny chips. I'm not great, but I'm definitely shifted the needle with these sports, and I reckon you could shift the needle as well. I see too many, middle-aged golfers struggling in this department and not putting the time in. Get out there, try these drills and put it to work. It'll just make you enjoy golf so much more. Maybe I have the magic now.
You don't. You keep saying that you've got the distance, that you've got the just stop. You're just a bit more consistent, that's all you've got.
Magic man.
Consistency.
Consistently magic.
Consistently boring.